Go now. Not now. Welcome. I hope that guys, last day of trading week, you guys are ready for a pretty important day. Last day of trading week. Looking forward to have a great session. Yesterday's session was interrupted. I apologize for that. That was interrupted and couldn't continue, but it's fixed now. We are ready back in trading, and we see that some movement as well in the market. We've seen that the euro dollar after the news had a break below, had a breakdown. So also we will be looking at euro dollar, XAU, USD, GBP, JPY, and other pairs as well. So let's quickly look at here, starting with on XAU USD. And this instrument has dropped well below this daily support after back-to-back breaking two important daily support level. The market managed to bounce, and that bounce is in fact what you can see that it was expected after break of this in an uptrend, after break of this two daily low. It is very usual that we could see a breakout here, a bounce here, and that's what happened. You can see the XAUSD has managed to bounce here, and here is, if you guys look at, you can see that this is 30 minutes price action. There is a liquidity candle here, and with this liquidity candle formation, the market from here had a very strong breakout, and with that breakout we can expect for the market to potentially return back up to that resistance line here, which is an important level of resistance. Expecting now after a pullback we may find potential entry, and here is this leg here on XAUSD. But I think that which is this leg is super important, as this is a false leg, right? So false leg is to know that when is the false leg, and to understand a false leg, to know that when this kind of leg form. I'll show you a couple of more examples to see how to identify the false leg, so that you guys can understand and learn and grow as a trader. And this is a complete false breakdown and then bounce back up, so that might lead the price back to the resistance line again. And there's a doji, which is, we can see the 4 hour in the lower time frame, we can see that as a false leg, which is a doji, basically a false breakdown. Now that false breakdown might lead that price potentially back to the upside here. So we have some opportunity potential for a bullish momentum in that zone, guys. Don't press the buy button. We will be waiting for further confirmation. Do we see that 15 minutes and also the 30 minutes, there is a potential liquidity grab. We can see that lower time frame, there is a liquidity gap here, dropping down to the lower time frame now. Okay, so this is this breakdown. You can see it's a completely against the trend, a full red move, and then return back up here, multiple liquidity grab, and the market currently trending. Now this trend is important, as once we see the market drop to any of this significant level, that's where we can look for potential entry opportunity. Once we see the price has dropped well below this level, we'll be looking for potential entry opportunity in this market. Let's look at here, and this is the zone that waiting for the market to show up its hand. And with that in mind, so let's look at multi-time frame. This is the key. Looking at multi-time frame is very important, as once we see the multi-time frame approach, that's where you can see the bigger picture. Looking at bigger picture is very, very important when we are trading, right, guys? Keep in mind that looking at bigger picture is very important, because when you look at the bigger picture, you can see the smaller picture in detail. Here is the breakout, a pretty strong pull here, followed by this pullback, and with that pullback, expecting for the market to potentially a drop back down here to the support level and then to return back up to create a new higher high. So looking from that point of view, here we can see that this is the channel. Okay, so that channel is from that channel. Okay, so the market has breakout here. Would like to see deeper pullback, retest, and then to bounce back up to create a new higher high in that area. And that's what you're waiting for, the market to show its hand. And this is the zone that we are looking at for the market to retest and then to return, right? So this is the zone that we are waiting for the market to show its hand, to break below, to grab liquidity, and then to return back up to create a new higher high in this market. So this is also significant level that we may see that far drop or may not see, but once we see the market has done enough pullback, has dropped well below, that's where we will be looking for entry. And this is the preparation for today's market. Will be also in depth understanding to see where we can find our next opportunity in the market. I hope that, guys, you're ready. So I would appreciate if you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Once you are here, you can write yes on the live chat so that you know that you are here. There is some giveaway at the end of the session, so make sure you stick till the end to get it, to be on the list of that giveaway. So you guys, this is the session, very important, so make sure you stick till the end to know everything, to learn and grow as a trader. Learning from live session is very important, because that's where always once you are on the live session, you can have a diverse experience, including developing the trading psychology and also finding the trading opportunity. So both of this available here in this live session. So let's look at that. And let's begin some music here, and then we'll be looking at so here is this is the 1 minute chart, and which is a trending market. So if you look at here, you can see that the market is trending here, and in that market, where now it is also important to look at, if you guys look at it, you can see this is the 30 minutes price action. And in that 30 minutes price action, this is a bullish price action here, a pretty strong bull market starting from here. Okay, so with that bull market, and because it's a significantly bull market in that area, that's where the market is approaching that level here. Okay, so and as the market is approaching that level, there is so here we would like to find some entry in this area. Okay, so this is an impulse to the upside, and would like to find some entry in that area. Want to see the market is heading to that resistance line or even closing near to that. That's what we will be looking for, that potential entry in this market. So lower time frame price action, we can see the market is approaching that level, and with that approach of this level, we would like to see the market is heading, and this is the liquidity zone. Okay, so which is an important liquidity zone here, and from that liquidity zone, would like to see the market. This is a currently you can see it's still showing an impulse to the upside. For us to find an entry, would like to see deeper pullback, and then we will be placing the pending order like we do every single day. Once we see that the market has confirmed us, then we will be jumping on the trade. And in the meantime, also I would highly encourage you to be patient, to prepare your account with proper risk management, which is very important. I highly encourage you to have a risk manager tool installed on your account, so that you guys can clearly understand that when to find that proper entry, which is very important to look at. So once we find that entry, we will be placing the pending order, but in the meantime, the more focus here will be on education. So it's crucial that you always pay attention to the education side of it, and I highly encourage you to focus on learning, because at the end of the day, everyone wants to become a better trader, and that's the main goal here, is to help the members, everyone in the academy and in the channel, to help you to grow as a trader. And that's why I do share my trades in the academy, so that the real learning comes with seeing how the trade was managed, opened, and then how education. So education with real trades experience is where the real learning that's how we mix here. So the only education and you don't know how the real trade is being implemented, I don't think that you will be able to learn properly. Okay, so there are some misunderstanding here. You can see that this is our this week's journal. So far we had all trade winner. Euro AUD trade is running. You don't need a lot of trades, but the most important part here is that whenever you are entering the trade, today I will be explaining, guys, a very important concept. Okay, so risk reward as well as the probability, both of these are important, but depending on what kind of trading style you have, so that you know that actually in nutshell how to trade with proper probability. This is the sometime a complex subject. Sometimes traders find it difficult to understand probability, right? So which is the key of becoming a better trader, is to trade based on probability. So if you guys don't know what is probability, stay tuned. We'll be discussing on that. And we normally in general we try to understand probability means certain percentage, or maybe this or that, either this or that. But in actual sense, probability is the primary component of understanding how the market might behave in a certain trade. So what do I mean by this? When you are opening a trade, when we or you or anyone open a trade, we keep in mind one thing, okay, so which is very important to look at. We keep in mind that we every trade a trader opens with a belief that it will be a winning trade, right? So that's the driving force behind each trade, right? If you think that, if you believe that it's going to be a losing trade, no one is going to open this trade, right? So which is very important to look at. So when we open a position, we strongly believe that it's going to be a winning trade, right? So this is the number one belief behind each trade. Now behind that belief also there is a probability of happening. Okay, that's where we need to understand that what is the probability of that particular trade to execute, to happen, and it will determine also your risk reward, right? So for example, if a trader open a trade, okay, so if a trader open a trade with, let's say, from here, from this level, okay, buy trade, and TP target is here, stop loss is here, right? Now, is this a good trade or bad trade will determine what is the probability of that market to go there rather than coming here. You see, because we don't want to more often give away our liquidity or the capital in the market, rather we need to bring that into the trading account. That's the smart trading. So we'll be discussing on that. And if you are trading your own fund or in a prop fund, this is the heart of getting your trade right and getting the liquidity in your account rather than giving it away. And that's why here you'll be learning the real trading, so we'll be discussing on that. Let's see XAUSD. You can see there is a drop here, which is expected breakup structure, and that breakup structure might give us a potential entry. Let's see that here, 30 minutes. Okay, and let's see that 4-hour chart. Okay, so this breakdown is essential to look at. This is a bull market. So let's look at here. And in that bull market, if we look at 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and okay, so the market is coming down here to that support level, and we may find okay, let it drop first, which is waiting to see the market breaking below. Let's look at the 1 minute chart here again, and we might find a potential entry. This is the 1-hour chart. So we might find an entry. Let's look at here. Okay, so there is the 1-hour 20 EMA in that area. Okay, so here we'll be placing a pending order in this area, not a market order. Pending order means that buy stop that we are placing. I'll be later explaining the strategy behind. So, and would like to see the market going back up again. So buy stop we will be placing at 2933.07. There will be a stop loss here at 35 pip or 36 pip. Yeah, and in this trade we will be opening a couple of, if possible, 27 pip target. So if the market bounce back up here, we will be entering into the trade. So the entry at 2933.07, stop loss at 2929.50, TP target 2935.68. Okay, so yeah, we can see some movement, and so putting a pending order long at 2933.07, stop at 2929.503, TP at 2935.686. and place that pending order. If the market bounce, we are on the trade. So you see some gap open here. So you place the pending order, the price is approaching that level. Price is approaching that level, and we might get a trigger. Yeah, my trade is active now. Let's say USD. There's a gap open. So my trade is active. Once we see the price has reached that level, let's first try to catch some here. Expecting it to remain bullish. And if the market changes trend, that will be risk management key, guys. As I mentioned before, okay, so here expecting an upside here. Cool. Okay, so there is a doji, and let's wait for the market to have a potential bounce here. All right, cool. So it's bouncing back up. To see the trend continuation. Let's get to some. It's cold here. Very cold. Are you guys in winter or summer? Thank you. Yeah. In your zone is summer or winter? Okay, so you can see that it's moving back up. Would like to see that moving up. I want to see head and shoulder formation. We'll also be ready for closing the trade once we see that. We've seen there's a gap open here, so that's giving some confidence that the market may bounce, should be in the direction of the trend, but in case if it is dropping down, then we will be still on that. So I see that very less response in the live chat. If you guys are I hope that chat is working. Might not be working. Would you mind giving a feedback? Because in my side it's not loading. Probably I'm not getting the messages coming up. Can you guys let me know? You can send message on the chat. Do you see these? Oh yeah, I can see that. That's good. Thank you for that. Awesome. So that means it's working. Now here is kind of quite a few narrow candle formation, which is is that trying to break below. So okay, so what kind of structure is forming? It's really to know here. This is another gap open, so it's a two-way situation here at the moment. And 15 minutes candle closed with a long red candle. Now this is a also gap on the top. So it might move in a sideway. So this is an uptrend. Bias is expected to the upside from this support level. Okay, waiting for the market to have one bounce here. The structure is here against support, so expecting a breakout here to the resistance line. So if you bounce here to that level, this is where, if it bounce back up, that we'll be able to get that couple of pips secured in that area. So we are on a 1 minute chart on XAUSD. Still expect it to bounce back up. This is dodgy. As on the support level now. So here is the market. This is the 1 minute chart, and this is a potential liquidity grab here from that zone, expecting it to bounce back up. Look at the 1 hour. This is where the 1 hour candle is. So here, yeah, it's showing some bullish movement here, which is good to see that it's working. Hello, sir. We are following your lead. Welcome. We are here. Thank you. Good morning. Is it good time to trade dollar yen? Should I buy or sell? Dollar yen, we haven't looked at it yet. Dollar yen, we have seen a good trend on dollar yen, but we didn't look at it. It's in a downtrend long term, but at the moment, we need to do the proper analysis before we look at anything. As we are looking at on XAU USD, here we are focused on that. So let's focus on one pair at a time, and then we'll be looking to see if there is anything with any other instrument. Okay, so there's a 1 minute, another bearish candle. And the most important part here is the market breaking below or bouncing back up again. Okay, so it's almost to the 1 hour support. Okay, now that's a massive rejection from the top. Now that this candle is closing in 8 minutes, so I pretty strongly expect another rejection to the upside, as it is an important support, and from that support to potentially to have a bounce here. Okay, now that's what we see. This is the 1 minute chart. It will be unexpected to see a change of trend here. will be unexpected to see a change of trend, but let's see what's happening. It dropped to that an order block here. Now from here, so scalp or hedge. We are scalping here. Thank you. What's the best? Thank you. What is the best to trade now? Looks like bullish trend. Long-term trend is bullish. We are on XAUSD trade, on a bullish trade, and waiting for the market to have a bounce here. That's what we're waiting for. And in that zone here, if you guys look at it, you can see the market from the support level having a bounce, and wanting to see that it grabbed that here it tested the support, from the support expecting for the market to potentially have a bounce. We'll see that how far it might be going to that level in that area. And this drop on 15 minutes, as you mentioned, it's a pretty unexpected drop here at the moment, and I don't think that the market should change the trend here after this move. So our stop loss at 2929.48. Okay, in a crucial level it is at the moment, and almost to the support level. So looking at the 1 hour, it's such a long rejection here. It's very unusual rejection. So okay, the last moment you'll see that if it is getting a rejection from here, it's on a support where, okay, so this is a support, and now if it is getting a rejection, then we might see bounce, or if it fails to bounce, then we may see that deeper drop here. Then we can't change this one here. Okay, so you're out on the trade. It's a it dropped in that direction. So okay, so here is 39 pip here, so we'll be looking to get in again. Okay, so we'll be looking to get in to see as delete that one here, and in this area. So if you guys look at it, you can see this is a significant level of support, and as the market is approaching that support level, okay, it has come in a zone where we need to wait for a potential reversal. So I think that this drop is not a fixed permanent drop, as If you look at also the daily, there is a rejection on the daily, 4-hour, a long week candle, and 30 minutes. Five minutes here. See that where it is trying to be heading. So in the next trade, what we will be doing, we will be increasing the risk little higher so that we can get that back in track for the next trade. Here is so far we can see that the market broken below. Again, looking at the 1 hour chart here, we can see that from the 1 hour perspective, it's a pretty strong drop here, and the price on that support level. Okay, so this is important level of support here, and with that support, okay, so looking at the 1 minute chart, a doji formation. Looking at the again 4 hour. Okay, so in that zone where it's a very unusual drop, so we will see that how far it may be coming in that zone. Daily chart here. So 1 hour candle closing as a red bear candle. Now it may break below and then could bounce back up here. Okay, so we may see that the market is breaking below and then potentially bouncing back up. Okay, so it's trying to pull back here. Okay, now let's see if we have a potential entry or it's still potentially downside here, and there is a probability for a potential upside. Look at the 1 minute chart here. Okay, again, and so if you look at the 1 hour, a long bearish candle, looking at this support. Okay, here I'm going to get in again with a buy, stop loss here with 59 pip stop loss, and targeting to 20 EMA from the 1 hour, which will be around 44 pip. And so I will be entering this trade with market with 59 pip stop loss, as this market from the 1 hour candle closed after initial pullback, we can expect a potential bounce, but at the same time, as I mentioned, very important that we do the risk management, which is very important. The market may continue to drop for some time, so going for long again, stop loss at 2922.77, 2922.77, and TP target at 2933.086. So same risk, but the PP is higher. So if it bounce, then we'll be basically getting into that. Okay, so here I'm on the trade now. This is the trade, which around 59 to 60 pip stop loss, 50 pip stop loss, and TP target at the same that we have given. So place that 50 pip stop loss, and wanting to see the market is potentially forming an inverted head and shoulder and then bounce back up. So if it potentially bounce to the resistance, then we will be around 50 pip up on this one. So let's wait to see the market to show its hand. And from the 1 hour, as you know, if the market potentially bounce, we could see that pretty strong bounce possible. If it do that, then we are on the profit side. Hope the guys are enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. Now here is we need to see that it managed to bounce. As this is a liquidity zone, so if it bounce, we should see that at least to return back to that liquidity zone. All right, so a long wick, a long wick candle is a good sign of upside here. Okay, if you look at the 30 minutes, 30 minutes price action is a pretty strong rejection. 15 minutes. Now there are mixed price action in that area. So there goes the mixed price action. Here is the trick here. There's a narrow, very small doji, and yeah, so if it is a reversal pattern, we can expect a breakout. And if it breaks out, it might just keep bounce back to the upside here. Narrow candle, expecting an upside here. We'll see that how far it might be heading to. There is enjoying the live session. Okay, so here in the next trade, in this live session, what we will be focusing on is not only live trade but also education. So I would highly encourage you to focus on the education as well. Monday is gonna be interesting. Why Monday is gonna be interesting? Can you explain? Price is a near support. I think sell trade. Yep. This is like why you think so? We are doing the risk management. Why you think that gamble trade? No, we don't do gamble trade. If you don't have a strategy, that's the gambling. If you don't do the risk management, that's it. It's a trade that with proper risk management and based on the strategy. So we see that it's improving in that direction. Trading like that. So you cannot expect all trade to be winner, but the most important part here is to that you have enough edge in your trade so that you can that you can get that done. You can get the trade properly to be in your favor, which is very important to look at. Now in this area here, back to back 3 candle. Okay, so which is a potentially a reversal pattern. Because it formed that reversal pattern, if it bounce, we should be able to see that at least to going back to our TP target. I'll be holding it for the full TP so that we can cover the next one, the previous trade. So we are up on this one, 23 pip, holding it for the full TP. Here as you can see, the market is going back. I'm on the trade. Because this is a liquidity zone. Okay, this is a liquidity zone. All right, so we're waiting for this to bounce back up to that liquidity zone. And this one waiting for to close as a narrow doji so that the next one bounce back up. Okay, now in this area here, do want to see that it's breaking below. Now this is a reversal here. Okay, so far we see that it's potentially bullish, but last moment we see the bit red candle formation, but that might be liquidity grab. And you do not want to see that it's coming back again. Still, do you see that some improvement in the direction? I'm holding it. Okay, so so far in the direction, entering trade in the middle of the chart. No, there's nothing like middle of the chart. Yeah, so basically there's nothing like in the middle of the chart. It depends on your strategy. Okay, it depends on, if you look at here, what do you see? That this structure here, we can see that this structure formation here, this is below the support level. Okay, that's the key here. You see, this is a very important support. There is a break of structure in this uptrend. Okay, so it was trending to the upside and there is a break of structure. So this break of structure is below this support level. Okay, support here, resistance here, below the support level, and there is a an inverted head and shoulder formation, and that's the motivation for this trade, right? So that's the motivation for this trade, and that's what we are working on, that there is an inverted head and shoulder, and with that inverted head and shoulder there's a gap open, expecting to have an upside bias to give us the full TP hit, so that we can get the one that done, the previous one, and we are up on that. I will keep the TP here because if we the way it is heading, we should be able to see a potential bounce, and it might cross 2933 and return back, or keep pushing up again further. Are you guys with me? So we may extend the TP little upside here, but as this is a gap open, wanting to see that it's potentially bouncing back up again. We'll see how far it might be going and holding on to. Are you guys with me? So you're seeing the potentially nearly to the TP hit. I think there will be bounce, and that will give us 48 pip once it hit that. Waiting it to first hit, and then we'll see that. And that's how trading is. The most important part in trading is to remain in discipline. Okay, not in discipline, in discipline. So to remain disciplined when you are trading, where most people fail, guys, this is the key. You need to be in discipline when you are trading. How do you become disciplined as a trader? This is also we'll be discussing in this live session. I think most traders fail in that category. Do you think that you are disciplined? Let me ask you with a poll, or you can write it on the live chat, and it's heading to that level. Okay, so let me ask you with a poll, and also you can write on the live chat. Let me know. Here almost nearly 200 members watching. I would like to know how many traders here you think that you are disciplined. Either yes or no, you can replace, so that if you are not disciplined, probably you can find some idea of how to become disciplined. Or in fact, what is discipline is also a very important question, isn't it? Let's first get it up to the TP hit, and then we will be sorting out that. Yes, so Raga said that I'm not disciplined. Zofi, Raga said no. ICT, for me, ICT, that is low. Okay, so some of you, okay, so for those who said no, we will be discussing on that. For those who said yes, also we'll be discussing on this. So let me see first how many traders are disciplined, how many are not. First of all, we see the market reach that level almost nearly to TP hit, but is still not there. Waiting to fully hit. I'm not closing manually yet, as would like to see that it has gone to that TP, hitting that TP. one more bounce, and so yep, nearly there. TP hit. Yep, I'm closing just one pip maybe. I have closed manually, so I closed manually. We are on this one 48 pip up, so the previous on 39 pip minus, so this one is 48 pip. Probably some of you have break even or a little profit depending on your risk percentage on that. So you are on that trade 48 pip up. So yeah, we got it back. Now let's understand that what is the next opportunity. Before you go to the next opportunity, let's also understand that risk, that a discipline. Okay, so I see that Raga said yes, healthy life, no. Zofil, I'm trying to be disciplined. Okay, so you're trying. I try lol. Isaac, okay. Coach, why don't you just close since the remaining pips are small? Okay, we did that. Being patient is key. How to become disciplined with gold? Okay, that's a Jeffrey. Very good question. We will be discussing on that. Okay, so most Medina say very disciplined. Okay, well done. Now, most of you are not disciplined, which is very fair, right? Not disciplined. Now, how can you become disciplined? That's the key question, right? When you are trading, how can you become disciplined? Now, this is a crucial question to ask. Very important question. Before you go to the next trade, guys, before you go to the analysis, to understand that how to become disciplined, right? How do you become disciplined? Now, to become disciplined, first of all, understand the science behind discipline. And then you can become disciplined, because you need to know that how it happens. And as I mentioned earlier today, at the end of this live session today, there will be giveaway. So we'll be taking from this live session by giveaway. Okay, so in the academy, one lucky winner will be able to join the academy completely for free. So stick till the end for the giveaway at the end of this session. So we'll be discussing on that. Now, here you will be learning my strategy. You will be mentored, guided. You will be part of the VIP chat group and also many other things. So make sure you stick till the end. It's a giveaway to help the community so that you can learn and grow as a trader in the academy. Okay, so before you go to that, thank you very much. And let's understand that how to be disciplined. Now, before you go to that, how to be disciplined, let's understand that what is discipline. A very fundamental question, right? A discipline is not in body, it's in mind. Okay, so a mind that focuses where you want it to focus is a disciplined mind. That's what discipline is. So let's say you say that, okay, I'm going to focus here that much time, and I'm gonna focus here, no distraction. That's what discipline is. Now, how do you develop that discipline, right? Which is also important. Let's understand that here. See, this is our brain. And if we look at our brain, there are neurons, right? Everything we do, it's based on habit. Okay, so everything and anything we do is based on habit. And that habit is what creates a disciplined or non-disciplined. So it's like if you go to the gym, anyone, okay, if you try to build a muscle, then you do it right. So you do certain things and then that builds a muscle. Discipline also a muscle, okay, a neuro connection that one must create to become disciplined. Now, interesting fact is that with the brain is, if you do something discipline in one area, it will reflect in another area, because brain cannot understand the difference between under the water or above the water, something like that. So what do I mean by this? Let's say you are a very disciplined soccer player. That will help you to become a disciplined trader, because the brain cannot understand the difference. Okay. Now, you can be disciplined just by sitting down. Okay. Let's say you go to the nature or under the tree or in a park and sit down. You say yourself, okay, I'm going to focus here for 30 minutes. I'll sit down without any distraction. What will happen? Your brain will listen to it. It will create a neural pathway of focusing in one point or in one direction certain period of time, and that will help you to become a disciplined trader. So the other vice versa as well. So if you focus yourself on trading to become a disciplined trader, that will help you to become disciplined in other area in life. So that's how you can build that. So you need to do something, any kind of activities that requires discipline. Just maybe sitting down, it's also a discipline. And then you can become a disciplined trader. Okay, so hope that that makes sense. And that's why this live session absolutely helpful. In addition to the live session, also if you are in the academy, engaging with similar kind of traders also is very important. We have a group where a lot of posts being posted, charts and everything. So you guys participate on that, also help you to stay connected as a trader. Now let's look at the next point here. Okay, where we can find our next opportunity. Now at the moment we can see the market, the first trade has dropped here, second trade has bounced back up, so we are little profit or in flat on that. Now let's look at the next one, where we can find our next opportunity in this market. In the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session or not enjoying, in both situations you can give a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so. Now let's look at where you can find our next opportunity. Okay, here is XAUSD. You can see that after this inverted head and shoulder, a breakout pullback, breakout deeper pullback, the market is trending, which is pretty important. Okay, one important missing point is that when you are practicing discipline, also having a long-term picture helps to become disciplined. This is another important aspect. Don't look just near, look far. So when you look far, it will naturally bring patience into you, because the farther you look, the shorter you'll see the nearer. You see, for example, if you are worrying about tomorrow, then next moment is very longer. But if you're thinking about 5 years, 10 years, next moment will look like that. It's just like tomorrow is like just next moment. So always think long term. Think about being a trader. Okay, either you are at the age of 20, 15 or 30. Dedicate yourself 4 to 5 years, and then you become a trader. So whatever you do, you can replicate it, you can replace it, you can add it. It's a wealth, right? And trading I love because everything require a lot of things. Trading doesn't need anything. Okay, you just need a little bit of fund, and then that's all. A strategy, and because trading need skill, it's a skill set that one must develop, which is almost free here, right? So in this academy, I'm giving everything that I have: tools, trading tools, strategy, education, live trade. Many members here getting the benefit, and it's the main goal here is to help every trader coming in this channel so that they can find a real trading education. This is the real trading education. You'll see that our system is completely unique. You can not find any similarities with anyone because it's not self-advertisement, but it's based on observation. Okay, there are two kinds of knowledge. One you can gain through text or through medium. The other one is the direct experience. Okay, so I spent hours of time studying the chart, looking at the chart, and that's a direct observational knowledge that passing to the students, as well as the mentors that I have in the beginning of my career. They are like gem. Okay, so they are the real institutional trader who knows how the market moves. And that's why you see that our strategy, like the liquidity, concept of liquidity, price action, market structure, these are you will not find anywhere. So make sure you take the full advantage of it by smashing the like button, hit that subscribe button, stay connected, and at the same time, don't be too optimistic, okay, with the fact that coach is the best one, whatever he will say will happen, I'm gonna take a big risk. No, there will be losing trades, and it's a fact. But the most important part here is to focus on learning, and then so that you can implement that knowledge in your trading. I hope that making sense. Now, what you can look at the next one in this trade. So maybe I have disciplined mindset now in trading, but sometimes I do things that feel our discipline. Yeah, it takes a little time. So it's good morning, please, people. This or kind of risk management. What of risk management? What's the vision of the trade you took? I feel as if you need to be present once you are mindful and living in the present moment. It helps with discipline, yeah, because you can't control yesterday, correct, or tomorrow, absolutely correct. But we can control the present, not correct. Neither you can control the present moment. Nothing is in control. There are three things only you can control, okay? The rest is out of control. And unfortunately, most people don't control these three things but try to control the rest. Okay, so these three things is your thought, action, and emotion. A person only can control in these three things, nothing else. One can control his thought, what he is thinking or she is thinking, what his or her action is, and what his or her emotion. That means that how do you think or feel about that situation or emotion. But most people doesn't have any idea about these three, but try to have an idea for the rest of the world. So that is why it is crucially important that always knowing what you want is crucial. That's where you will be learning. We'll be going to that as a part of our developing our trading psychology. Now, before we go to that, let's see what's happening with the market now at the moment. So XAUSD, you can see that from here, it managed to bounce back to the upside here. Okay, so which is moving up here, moving up, pretty strongly bull. Okay, let's look at that. And from that support level here, okay, move back up, expecting, we can see that the bounce. Now, after this drop, it just returned back up, which is in an uptrend. Now let's look at what we can find next opportunity. So it's the 1 hour chart, and let's mark the support level here. Very important level of support here. Okay, so here you can see the market from here had a breakout, and with this breakout from here, it managed to bounce. Okay, so any pullback now here is where we will be looking to see that the market again giving us that another entry, as there was a break of structure here, return back up. We would like to see that the market giving us, okay, so this is a head, left shoulder and the right shoulder. So with that head and shoulder, okay, so with that inverted head and shoulder here, and this is an important support. Okay, now locally we can see that okay, so now here the market dropping to that support level, and with this support break, so this 30 minutes here, expecting for the market to retest and then to potentially bounce back up. So because after this break it returned back up, we may see now, if the market drops to that support, we can expect another bounce in that area. Okay, so this is a liquidity zone here. It's the 1 hour chart. So any drop back to that level, that's where we will be looking into the trade. Okay, so here as you can see, the market is from this level a bounce, pull back, expecting for the market. Here you can see it managed to bounce, pull back, and expecting it to potentially revert back to that liquidity zone here. Okay, so I move back up, pull back. Right, so if it is dropping again to this support level here, from here we can expect potential breakout in that area. So if the market here break this support, that's what we will be looking for. That after this break of this low, we can look for another entry. And I think it might bounce back up again to that level if it is dropping down to that level, to that support level. I agree. Hold on. Can we do multiple section with CTRL? Multiple selection with CTRL control. We are not in computer class. You can try that. Multiple selection, you can just press control and then just click, then whatever you click it will just keep selecting. Okay, now some of the areas. Euro dollar again, Euro USD, we have posted analysis early on euro dollar, and from this support here we can see that this is a bounce on euro dollar, and we have seen that pullback. If you look at the daily chart here on euro dollar, that's where the market, this is the daily level here on euro USD, and from this we can see the bounce pullback. This market on euro dollar so far, it couldn't create a higher high. Instead we see that the market return opposite direction. So now it may come deeper. If you look at the weekly here, it failed to create a new higher high, so it might even retest this weekly low or some zone here, or maybe because it's almost it's end of the week, so it may close as a doji, and then the next week open might be again bouncing back to the upside here. So we see that on, let's go back to on XAUSD. Now we are almost end of the week. After this doji gap open, this weekly candle may close as a, if you look at the daily, you can see the daily candle is so far forming a doji. Now if this daily price action close as a doji, all right, so two daily doji followed by another doji. Now this doji, if this one is closing as a narrow red candle or a narrow green candle, still we could see that potentially the market is moving in that direction. Okay, so it still might remain bullish. Now from the 4 hour here, with this doji also showing that potentially bullish price action, so it might form this reversal pattern here, and then could slowly bounce back up like that, and could trend throughout the week, also next week as well. So we see that there is a pretty strong bull market here on XAUUSD. Now let's quickly look at some other pairs as well, as news coming up later today. If you guys know that there is a high impact news coming up, and so if we look at the calendar, which will be so coming up on CAD, and then followed by in my zone, which is in the morning, flash manufacturing PMI on dollar and flash service PMI. Both of these news are quite important, as it is weekend. So we might see that after this news, the market again started to move a lot. So very important news, both of them. And then coming CAD earlier, which also will bring volatility. If we look at the dollar CAD also to see what's happening, let's have a look on this one as well, as this is the weekly price action from here. Looking at the monthly on dollar CAD, because this is the monthly price action from here. Okay, so this is the support here on dollar CAD, and followed by a bearish engulfer from the monthly on dollar CAD. If we look at the weekly, okay, so here is the weekly price action from here, a big drop to that weekly support. And if we look at the daily, okay, so the daily price action here as well, this is expansion structure, expanding structure on dollar CAD, this way, and then this way. So interesting structure on dollar CAD, and this is the daily. Therefore bounce could be in that direction here. Look at the 4 hour here, we can see that this is a also channel here on dollar CAD. Very interesting price action on dollar CAD. And in this structure on dollar CAD, we may see some sideways movement at the moment, not a very trending here in that area. So dollar CAD may not be very good choice to trade at the moment. Let's jump onto the euro dollar, looking to see what's happening with euro dollar. Now euro dollar here, if we look at the daily chart on euro dollar, we can see that from the daily perspective, from this is the daily bullish engulfer. Okay, so daily bullish engulfer on euro dollar, and from this resistance here, the market from this resistance drop downside, 4 hour chart. Okay, so here is key. All right, so here is key. What we can see that in this market, from this support level here, a big bounce, a red candle, long wick doji, bearish candle, followed by, we can see that this is a long doji here on the 4 hour time frame on euro USD. So now this market, long term bull market, but we can see that from the lower time frame, the daily price action might stay little sideways. If we look at the weekly again, is the weekly candle closing, I think that with the new weekly open, we might see that the market boom could bounce back up. So this week so far may remain sideways on euro USD. Okay, so looking at again on going back to XAU USD in this market on the lower time frame. Okay, so here is 1 minute again on XAU USD structure formation here. So very nice structure formation here. Now from this structure to re-enter, I frequently change the multi-time frame is because that's where you see that when you look at 4-hour chart, when you look at the 4-hour chart, what do you see? That it's a completely different picture when you look at the 15-minute chart. You see, there's no, like, you can't recognize the structure. If you look at the 5 minutes, it's completely another picture. If you look at the 1 minute, it's a fully different picture than what you see on the 4-hour. See, so that is why when you look at least 2 time frame, multi-time frame, that's where you kind of see the difference in the market. So for example, when you look at the 4-hour here, okay, if the market coming in this 4-hour time frame to this support level, and then when I'm at 1 minute chart, okay, that's where I know that, okay, in the 4-hour, it's on the support. On the 1 minute, it has broken this swing low. That could be a bullish trading opportunity. Okay, that's how it works. And that's the key to learn and grow as a trader. The market on the 30 minutes chart dropped down here, 15 minutes also coming down here, and then 5 minutes also coming down here, which is approaching an important support level. Right, this is, you can see that this is the 1 minute chart, and it dropped back here to that support. It's coming to that support here, wanting to see that it's okay, it has broken that support here. Let's see if it is again moving back up, and that's where you will find an entry. Okay, with the gap open, the market, you can see it's melting in that direction where there is a liquidity. Okay, let it drop, which is good to see that it's coming down, and that's where we might find further opportunity. This is what we do as a trader, looking for new opportunities. So I'm just wondering why you'd like trading small pips when you know that the market is surely bullish. Okay, so that's also coming to the point that in the beginning of this session we discussed about the probability. Okay, so we can trade many ways because this is a live trade, and as a trader I want to increase my winning, right? So you can see in this live session we are almost very strong winning rate, and that's where key, because when you trade based on probability, your winning rate will be higher. So how do you determine probability, which is also very important, right? So when you look at the market, probability is very important. And if you look at here, you can see that this is a, so this is support here. Now, what is the probability of the market to go here rather than going there? That's how it works. So probability is very important. And when we trade in terms of probability, we do not need to worry about the stop loss pip or take profit target pip. We trade based on probability and risk percentage. That's the key. For example, again, if I give you an example here, example is key when you understand it properly. Now, when you see a market trending, right? So let's say the market is here in this area, in the support level, right? And when the market on support level, let's say if we replay the chart here, okay, now here, the market is here. Should we buy or sell? First we ask this question, because the market is forming series of higher high and higher low, which is an uptrend. So we will be looking for buying, right? Now, when we are buying, let's say from here, now, let's say we put a stop loss here and we are targeting to this level. What is the probability of this market to go there rather than coming here? That's how we'll be understanding the probability. So the probability to go here rather than coming here, for example, is 65%. So you are on the higher probability because the trend is up. The market already made quite a few waves, and this is a liquidity zone. Chances the market will return back up to that liquidity zone. That's the key, right? That's the key of understanding probability and trading, right? So which is very important to look at. I hope that, guys, you are enjoying now. You're understanding it, how to trade and how to read, how to understand probability in trading. And based on that, we will be looking to trade every single day that we are trading with all of you guys. The strategy is that what we use every single day, and more education also available. Make sure you also stay connected by joining the free Telegram channel link you can find here, where you will be also finding all the education and all the ideas that I'm posting every single day. Now, here is it's in a sideway in that area. Let's look at what kind of structure it is forming. As in 30 minutes time there is news coming on CAD that will also definitely will impact the market. So this is the nearest support here. Let's identify that one here. So the market might try to now retest or break that low. As in the 1 hour chart, you can see there is a long wick candle. So it may now try to break this low here potentially, but we will not be selling here at the moment. Let's wait to see how the market is potentially forming in that, and then based on that we will be entering into this. Not end yet, it's not over yet, there are more opportunities. Stay tuned. Okay, so here we can see slowly it's trying to build up the pressure. So it's trying to build up the pressure here, and with that building up the pressure, we may see the price slowly going back to that level here, neckline. So it might form this inverted head and shoulder here, and then could potentially bouncing back up. So you can see that after retest, it's forming potentially an inverted head and shoulder here, and then maybe you could see the price again moving back up to the resistance line here. Narrow red candle.